Hey guys, some of you may know me from my Instagram, which is mtschmidt77, but I'll introduce myself for anyone that doesn't. My name is Mary Kate Schmidt. I am 23, almost 24 years old. I am a certified personal trainer through ACE, the American Council on Exercise, and I graduated from the University of Iowa with 2 degrees, one in psychology and one in health and human physiology, in 2014, so it's been like a year and a half. That is so weird, but it's been a year and a half, and that makes me feel old. I am engaged to my fiance, John. We've been dating since high school, so high school sweethearts, and we've been dating 7 years this past July, so I can tell maybe that story in a different video, but essentially I came out here in March when I moved out here by myself, and he was finishing school and back in Iowa, and had to kind of wait those 2.5 excruciating months away from each other after we'd already, lived together and all of that for so long. But he is super supportive of me, and so he was like, you have to go. You have to go do this. This is a crazy opportunity. So anyway, so he proposed the day that he got out here, when he moved out here in May, after we hadn't seen each other for 2.5 months. It was a very emotional night. I was like in shock for like 5 hours. But anyway, so I live here with him and our little dog, Bear, who is like a 13-pound little nugget Yorkie mix. She was advertised as a pug Yorkie, so a porky, which I swear is like the main reason that we ended up getting one. Who doesn't want a porky? Like, who doesn't want to say that their dog is a porky? That's hilarious. Anyway, pretty much I have done bikini bodybuilding competitions, and recently, I guess it hasn't been that recent. It's been like a year since my last one. Not because I don't like them. Actually, to the contrary, I loved competing. I loved the process of it. I actually loved prep, kind of like a weirdo. I know there are people out there that actually love prep, but so many girls are like dying during the whole process, and I feel for them. But I used to just love the competition with myself, I guess. But in the last year, I made some big life changes and moved across the country. I used to live in Iowa. Like I said, I went to the University of Iowa. And I grew up in Iowa, but I now live in Portland, Oregon, and I came out here to pursue other dreams, my fitness and modeling in general dreams, and I got signed with an agency, and once the papers were all signed, I pretty much packed up and came out here. It's been really fun, and it's been, new challenges, new friends, new city, obviously. It's going to be a lot. So when I moved, I decided to put competing on the back burner, not only because of the time and money commitment and everything else, but my team was back home. I miss them very much, but my team was back home. I'm not part of one of those national, like huge powerhouse teams. That's not to say that I didn't love my team, but you know what I mean? Like I wasn't on like a Team Edge or something like that, where they have coaches all over, or where they have girls all over, I should say. So just due to a variety of factors, I'm not competing anymore. That doesn't mean that I never will again, because like I said, I loved it. But right now, getting to that level of leanness too, sounds a little counterintuitive, but actually for fitness modeling, they don't want you to be shredded, because it's really hard to portray or like to sell clothes on a super shredded model to the general public. So I was like, oh, well, that's weird. That was actually way harder for me to get used to, not being shredded all the time. because, you know, for competing it was like, how lean can you get? Because that'd be awesome. And you'll probably do better on stage, unless, you know, for bikini, you can't be like, have veins all over yourself. But anyway, this is a little weird for me, you know, vlogging. I do have like a written vlog that was getting hard to keep up with, just because I felt like some of the things, like, I did get good feedback on it, but I felt like it was a little bit harder to connect with people, because I couldn't like just do this where I kind of like, not ramble, but show how I feel about it in the way that I talk about it. And I tried as best as I could do that through you know, type and words, and I still think that I will blog on that, but I also got some email or comment requests for vlogging, I guess, and so I'm gonna try it out, and just let me know if there's anything that you would like to see specifically. And if you follow me on Instagram, you know that I am a huge advocate of flexible dieting, or macro counting, or if it fits your macros. There are a lot of different kind of ways to go around about macro counting. But I follow flexible dieting, or incorporating treats into your daily life to avoid feeling like you are restricting yourself, and to avoid binging or unnecessarily, you know, indulging. I shouldn't say unnecessarily, because indulging is totally fine. There is a time and a place to indulge in everything. But mostly binging, you know, that's the big thing that people benefit from when they start flexible dieting, is they're like, I don't feel the need to constantly, you know, eat 10 cookies, because in that mindset, I'm like, I don't know when I'm going to get my next cookie. I must eat them all right now. And I definitely went through that in the past, especially with competing and being, you know, in season versus off season and all that kind of thing. And I don't want to get too far into that, because I can make a whole nother post about that. There's a lot to say, but that's something that I definitely feel passionate about. Also, because I have so many clients, I mean, I've worked with a lot of people who come from different backgrounds, have different histories, ex-athletes, you know, moms who just decided that they're tired of, you know, being overweight. So I've worked with a lot of people, and I know, both from my personal experiences, I was a college athlete. I ran track when I went to the University of Iowa, which is a D1 school, which comes with a lot of responsibility and a lot of pressure to run at a D1 level. I can talk about that a little bit more, but I was always an athlete, high school, college, and then when I got injured, which is why I stopped running track, I think I got injured at the end of my sophomore year, I believe. At the end of that, I had to figure out how to do things on my own, and that's kind of when I got into, after going through a period of, you know, putting on some weight and, you know, the classic college, like going out and eating crap at 2 a.m. and all that kind of thing. That's when I got into this side of fitness, or, you know, working out for not just athletic goals, which I still do, but also for aesthetic goals. So for the way that I looked and the way that I wanted to, you know, essentially build my physique, which in the past had never been something that I focused on, because it was always about cutting my time, or, you know, running faster at this, jumping farther at this, you know, and it was a new challenge, and I got really into it. I loved it a lot, and I got certified as a trainer, and kind of the rest is history. After that is when I started competing and everything else too. So I've been through kind of the whole spectrum: the injury, putting on weight, being an athlete, and then also being a bodybuilder, and now just training and eating a balanced diet in order to live a happy and balanced life. And I guess for me, that is a place where I never thought that I wouldn't get there, but now that I look back, it's a huge deal for people who have gone through, you know, ups and downs with their fitness and things like that. I didn't know that this would be where I would end up. And like I said, it's not that I'll never compete again or anything like that, but being here is a really good feeling. And I would just love to help, you know, other people find ways to do that. And hopefully through, you know, hearing a little bit about my journey and and things that I've learned that I can help people do just that. Yeah, so that was kind of a lot for one intro video. But I pretty much just wanted to further introduce myself to anyone who, you know, followed me recently or didn't know my story from what I had mentioned anything before. And I'm really excited to hopefully connect with people in a different way, because I know that sometimes social media gets a bad rap, but it can also be really good. And I think that people really learn from each other, and it's kind of however you want it to be. You can make it as bad or as good as you want it to be. And so I'm just really excited about having a new platform, or at least me using a new platform. I know this isn't new, to connect with you guys. So yeah, like I said, let me know if there's anything particular that you want me to do or talk about next. And until next time, go ahead and like this. I'm not just going to talk about fitness, but I know that that is a lot of my following, and so I'm totally fine focusing on that. Please do follow though, so that you know, next time I have a video come up that you guys can know about it. But I will continue to share this on my Instagram. Thanks.